Good morning. My name is Alex, and after much delay for innumerable reasons, finally decided to take another shot at creating a YouTube channel, doing some videos and stuff. And it's all going to be this. It's going to be low production quality. I don't have a PC at the moment, and I work, well, currently 3 jobs. It's going to be 2 pretty soon, but right now I'm working 3 jobs. So I don't really have time for even learning how to do all the editing and all that stuff and whatnot. So I figure we'll just do this. We'll just keep it, really simple, okay? Anyways, my name is Alex. I live in North Dakota. I'm about 39 years old. And we're going to be, talk about all sorts of random shit, whatever, whenever, however, I don't know. There's not going to be any sort of like a format to this stuff. I don't know. It's just going to be whatever, whenever. It's, just on the whim. Well, I really like, talking about like movies and shit. We're probably going to do a fair bit of movie reviews. I really don't care for a lot of those channels out there that do the reaction, first time watching this, because I'm sorry, dude, there's too many of them out there. You can't convince me that they didn't pre-watch this shit and then lie and say, oh, I'd never seen it before, because just some of the things that a lot of these people say and the way they react, and it's so artificial. It's so artificial. It is, and that's one of the things that I don't like about you. There's a lot of fakery, in a lot of the YouTube channels, and I try to avoid watching a lot of that shit, But yeah, I'll probably do some movie reviews, talk about some of my favorites. I'm into Star Trek, OG, like old school classic Star Trek, all the way up to Next Generation, Voyager. I didn't really watch Enterprise much. To me, the last, proper Star Trek, I can't even say good, but the last proper Star Trek made was Nemesis. Everything after that is C-grade fanfic bullshit. At best. At best. Star Wars, kind of the same thing. I don't even really care for the prequel trilogy. I'm into the original trilogy. I'm into the novels that came out in the 80s and the 90s. Shit like Heir to the Empire and The Hand of Thrawn. Okay, you got the fucking Rogue Squadron novels. You've got the Jedi Academy novels. That's great stuff. Great stuff. Kathleen Kennedy, fuck you. Anyways, moving on. And then of course, politics. And I'm going to hear, probably rambling on a lot about politics and shit. See, I'm one of those weird guys that somehow that became my hobby. A lot of people get frustrated at talking about, oh, I don't care, I want to... I dove fucking deep into politics. It became an obsession for me, starting all the way back in 2005, 2006. Started reading more and more into the lies of the Bush administration and etc. And, learning about the central banking schemes, learning about, all these corruption and shit from the top down, this New World Order stuff. And I really became a big fan of Ron Paul. Ron Paul taught me so much. I read more than a few of his books. I used to listen to his shit online all the time. His son, Rand, you're a disappointment, Rand. You're a disappointment. Anyways, and it's one of those deals, I'm too liberal for the conservatives, and I'm too conservative for the liberals, and that's where, almost point for point, I'm 100% MAGA. I'm 100% behind Trump. I've always been a fan of the guy. I've always admired him my whole life. My mom, when I was growing up, she had 4 people that she idolized. 4 people that she considered to be, all right, Donald Trump, RFK Jr., Princess Diana. You're gonna laugh at this last one, Hillary Clinton. And those were the big 2. Those were her big 2, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Those were her favorite people in the world. She wasn't around by the time 2016 rolled around. So I would love to have had her input on that election. And I would definitely like to hear what she thought about Hillary after all the stuff that's come out about her over the past couple decades. Anyways, so yeah, I'm not really a fan of the Republican Party, so to speak, overall, but I do consider myself a Republican. I think we need to, right now there's a lot of focus on the Democrats, etc., and that's fine, but you still got to get more focus on just pushing out the rest of these rhino loser fucking, people like Lindsey Graham. Ew. Get rid of this guy, There's a lot of these either, they're weak, spineless, so a lot of them are no better than the Democrats, Anyways, I got to get rolling. My shift's about to start. This is supposed to just be kind of a brief intro anyways. I'll probably talk at this screen later on today. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, this is my channel. These are my YouTube videos. This is what I do in my spare time. Because I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel. But I wanted to have it, just like so many other people. Have the computer and be able to put in sound bites and edit and all that fancy shit. Maybe eventually I will. But for right now, we're going to do this. So, I don't know. I'll see you guys whenever I post again. I don't know when that'll be. I don't even know what it'll be about. But, yeah. Peace.